Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Akila James. Today I have some tips on what to expect in a 15K tennis tournament.
Duh.
I know many of you are trying to start your tennis journey or start your professional tennis journey or just start to play more tournaments on the grand stage, right? I want to tell you 15K is the way how you start if you don't have connections or if you don't have a ranking. So let's dive into this video. First things first, I want to let you know that 15K means that this tournament is worth $15,000. And what that means is that is the lowest form of tennis you can play. So you can play a 15K, you can play a 25K, you can play a 60K, you can play 125K, you can play a million, you can play 250. There are many different types of tennis tournaments, but 15K, if you're starting or you have a low ranking, this is a perfect place for you to start. It is not a daunting matter. This is just a time where you have to get excited to get out of this level. You don't want to stay at this level, but you definitely want to get your points and get out of this level so you can play higher level of competition and experience the real tennis. I'm talking like top 100, top 50. That's what you want to do. I would say that's where your goal is, to play higher level tennis. You have to start somewhere, which this is a perfect place to start, but this is not a perfect place to stay. If you can win points here, you can win points anywhere, well, within reason, right? I want to tell you that when you're playing quali matches at a 15K, you are not in the main draw. You are outside of the main draw, which means 8 people or 8 candidates get a chance to get into the main draw once you have won 2 or 3 matches, depending on how big the draw is. When you're playing these tournaments, there's a lot of cheating, okay? There's a lot of cheating. So be mindful that there's a roaming umpire, but there's not an umpire on your court waiting to make your calls after every single point. So be aware that these girls are going to come for your head. This is not college tennis, people. This is not juniors, but you can get a taste of what this is if you have ever played junior tournaments. So a lot of cheating. Make sure that if you're playing on clay, call your balls, circle your calls. Make sure that no one is cheating you. This is a time where you need to be more vocal. This is a time where you need to be pumped up. This is a time where you want to make the people know that you didn't come here to play around and you came here to win and you came here to get your job done. Get it done. Another thing that you're going to witness when you're playing these 15K tournaments are different levels. You might play main draw or qualies, but whatever it is, you're going to have different levels. Some people are going to be really good. Some people are going to be not so good. Let's say your first round of 32 is like a really easy person. The second one might be literally ranked 400 in the world. Not that I'm big on numbers, but let's just say this person compared to the person who's like 1250 is definitely a difference, right? More consistent, maybe has a strength, maybe has a good serve or a good return. They have done well enough to get them to that level. You want to make sure that you are playing your game and you have a good enough game so that you're able to beat players really worse than you or players who are even better than you. You want to have that game. You want to play your game style. Also keep in mind, you're not only playing against the player, you might be playing against the coaches. You might get a girl who has a team of coaches, has a psychologist, has a fitness coach and parents. They're cheering her on and they're trying to distract you. Make sure you stay focused, play the game, let the racket do the talking and do the job. And you came here to do one job and one job only, and that is to get as many points as you can to get out of here and get to another level. Because it's the time when you have the most grittiest, most hungriest girls you've ever played against in your life. Make sure you're ready. Come in prepared. Don't come scared. Don't come scared. If you're scared, do not come, because these girls are coming for your head. All right. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you. Let's go to the racket stream. At these 15K tournaments, the rackets range from $10 to $20 US. Anywhere you go in the world. Well, sometimes, I think I paid $5 one time. I don't remember where that was. I would come with rackets strung already, but you know, that's within reason, because if you've never come to the place before, I would come with all my rackets strung or at least 2 rackets strung so that you know, I like this tension here, I don't like this tension here, I can get them restrung. Be mindful, that's really according to you and what you feel, and that's a decision you have to make. But just know that you can get your racket strung. There usually is a stringer and he gets your rackets to you on time. Hopefully, okay, you have to stay on it. You have to be able to thrive here because you're most likely alone. You're not traveling with a parent, you're not traveling with a person, you're not traveling with a friend, because you just started. You don't know anybody. Be wise and be aware and be vigilant and make sure that you are coming and remember your plan and your goal. That is the main important thing when you're starting this professional journey. Remember why you started and remember what your goals are. That is key. Practice courts. Practice courts vary. You have to make sure that the tournaments aren't male and female. When it's male and female tournament, it might get very difficult. You might not have any place to practice. You might have to only practice for half an hour. It can be really, really messy. So make sure that you're able to get up early if you have to, or stay up late if you have to, just to get your practice in. Yes, you have priority if you're first on, but let's say you're not first on. Let's say you're third on and there's men and women. It might be hard for you to get a practice court. Sometimes they should give you one practice court at least, but one practice court with like 65 people, that's a lot of people for a practice court. Be wise, be ready, and be on time. I also want to say food. Food is usually there at the facility, so you don't have to worry. Most likely lunch is usually at the tournament, so you would usually get like chicken, rice, salad, or beef, rice, salad, or spaghetti, coffee. I don't know so much about the tea, but you'll get like sodas, electrolytes, water. There's always things for you to buy. I don't think it's free ever, so yeah, you just gotta know that. Depending on where you are in the world, everything is different. So let's say you go to Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt. That place is a resort. The tennis courts are at the resort. If you're staying at the resort, you have access to the food and everything, so you don't have to worry about that. Yes, if you want snacks and stuff, there's snacks around there, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about it. Like let's say for instance, you go to a place like Colombia or Brazil where the courts are not at the site. Be aware that you will have food on site, but snacks and stuff, you gotta buy in your supermarkets, your local supermarkets close by. Last but not least, you can ask for times that you want to play your matches. These tournament directors, they can be very fickle. Sometimes they're really nice, sometimes they're really not. So if you prefer to play first match, I would suggest you ask, only because first match is like, okay, you can get it out the way. They like that. But don't keep going to the tournament director asking a whole bunch of questions. Even though they tell you, oh yeah, I'm open, just ask me anything or call me if you need anything, they don't want to speak to you all the time. They're trying to make sure this tournament is great. They're trying to make sure they keep their job. Like literally ask them what you need. If not, mingle, try to speak to someone, try to find someone who is trustworthy that you can speak to about any questions that you may have, or just write me in the comment section. Another thing I want to tell you, when you're playing these matches, remember you might be playing a lot of matches if you start in the qualies. If you don't start in the qualies and you're in the main draw, but you end up making like semi-finals or quarterfinals or even finals or winning the tournament, remember that depending on where you are, you might not have the necessary foods and juices and pre-workouts that you need. So make sure you bring all your snacks, all your pre-workouts, all your vitamins, because let's say you're in Mumbai, you might not be able to get elderberries there. So be mindful, come prepared. Ultimately, I want to let you know that you have to have fun, enjoy this journey, and know that these are not things to make you sad about the situation. These are just things to make you aware of the situation. Just know that when you're starting at the bottom, you're gonna have some trials. Don't worry. If you lose your matches, don't worry. Push on, keep fighting, keep doing what you have to do. Just make sure you get enough points and know that you can go play higher level tournaments. If you find yourself losing in higher level tournaments, then you can come down to defend your points, but ultimately you want to keep improving so that you can be successful on top. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share. And if you have any questions, any tips, or any topics that you might want me to talk about, please write me in the comment section. See ya. Bye.